Hello, friends. We've been learning about how God created everything. Last week, we learned about when God created the first two people, Adam and Eve. We learned that God made them special in His image and let them live in a beautiful garden. It was called the Garden of Eden. Let's imagine all of the waterfalls, flowers, and trees that were there. Adam and Eve had a perfect life in the Garden of Eden. They had a perfect relationship with each other and with God. There was only one rule God gave them. They could eat from any tree in the garden except the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God told Adam and Eve not to eat from that tree or they would die. One day, something terrible happened. A serpent came along and tricked Adam and Eve and told them it was okay to eat the fruit from the tree and that they wouldn't die. The serpent said if they ate the fruit, their eyes would be opened and they would be like God, knowing good and evil. Adam and Eve ate the fruit, even though that was the one thing God told them not to do. Immediately, they knew it was wrong. They made clothes for themselves and they tried to hide from God. God called out to them, "Where are you?" Adam and Eve couldn't hide from God because He knew everything. God was not happy with Adam and Eve. He told them there were consequences for their disobedience and that the whole world would suffer the consequences. He told them they would work hard for their food and that they would die someday. Then God kicked them out of the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve broke the one rule God gave them. Have you ever had a hard time following the rules? Maybe it would be hard for you not to eat a cookie if it was sitting in front of you right now. Maybe it's hard to obey your parents or teachers. When it's hard to do the right thing, that's called temptation. We are all tempted to do wrong things because after Adam and Eve ate from the tree, sin came into the world. Sin is anything we do that God doesn't want us to do, like being unkind to someone, taking a toy from a friend, and disobeying our parents or teachers. We all sin, and just like God got upset when Adam and Eve sinned, it makes God sad when we sin. Our sin separates us from God, and there are other consequences for sin too. It hurts us, and it hurts our relationships with others. God doesn't want us to sin though. He had a plan to send His Son, Jesus, to rescue us from sin. This happened when Jesus died on the cross for our sins. We can thank God for sending Jesus so we don't have to be separated from Him. All we have to do is ask Jesus to forgive our sins, and He will do it. Then we can have a relationship with Him.